Well, hello, good evening.
Good evening.
My name is Joyce. I'm from FinTech Magazine Africa, and we are here at Africa Banking and Insurance Awards tonight.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
Thank you very much.
What's your good name?
My name is James. I'm from Exante.
Okay.
We're a global FinTech, FinWealth company. Yeah. And expanding very rapidly into the Africa region.
Okay. All right, Sante. I have some few questions here.
Oui.
First one, in your view, what's the biggest challenge currently facing fintech startups on the continent?
I think, well, firstly, the major setback for any startup, and in particular fintech, is the funding side of particular startups. Traditional funders and so forth have been dealing with traditional businesses, which have different valuation models. For example, if someone is building an apartment or starting a grocery business, you're valuing bricks and mortar, land, and so on. But fintech is a very different animal, so to speak. Banks are not accustomed to how to value in terms of potential growth of businesses. Yeah, and banks rely on collateral and things like that. So fintech is a very, it's a different world for them. And when you bring in the old type of investment into a new era of business, it really needs a change of philosophy, how they look at E-type businesses, fintech businesses, and valuation. So I think the biggest thing in Africa is injection of capital and changing how institutions view them and value these type of businesses as startups. Yeah.
All right. Another question. What role do you think collaboration between fintechs and banks will play in the shaping future of financial services?
Okay. I mean, really, that's my area of expertise, in the sense that what we are doing right now is historically, in particular, banks in Africa, they're lagging behind in terms of access to products, global markets and exchanges. So what fintech is doing is opening and leveling out the playing field. A good example, what we do at Exante is we are deal directly with banks all over Africa, and we giving them, through our platforms, our fintech platforms, direct access to all global exchanges. So what a trader or investment banker in Africa is looking at on our platform is exactly the same products and instrument someone in New York at JP Morgan, Merrill Lynch is looking at. It's a fair playing field. We reducing their costs in the sense that a lot of banks were outsourcing. If you wanted to buy shares in Apple and you would contact a broker in the US. You wanted to access stocks in the UK, you would access a broker. So clients in turn were paying fees for their broker in Tanzania, and then that Tanzania would need to pay broker fees in the UK. We now, through fintech, are giving every single institution direct access to global markets from their table without any intermediaries. So really what we're doing, we're making a business case for the institutions to reduce their costs, but also a value add to their customers, that their customers are not just limited to local products, but the world is open. And like I always say, we've got a lot of people who own Mercedes-Benz in Africa. How many people have access to say, look, I want to buy shares in Daimler? So now we're saying, look, whatever anyone can own in the world, you can own from your desk from your bank. You can go purchase shares wherever you want in the world. So we're opening out the market and creating a fair playing field.
Impressing. Okay. Last but not least, what does being part of tonight's awards mean to you and your organization?
I think the nice thing about these awards is recognition of the inroads organizations like ourselves and others are making on the Africa map. You know, the footprints they're leaving. And in turn also, I think just these awards going public also creates awareness of the organization. So I think it's a dual role in the sense that organizations are participating and recognizing the importance of the Africa market. And so these awards are important. It gives us a sense of, being recognized for our efforts on the continent.
Is there anything else you want to share?
No, I just want to say, look, tomorrow is shaped by the people who are willing to take steps into the dark. And at the end of the day, if we are willing to take the forefront and leading in, FinTech, leading Africa, there are a lot more. I mean, the sky's the limit for FinTech. The rest of the world, I believe, in terms of FinTech, they are plateauing. They're growing at a very slow rate, whereas Africa is, as I say to everyone, it's like giving Michelangelo a blank canvas. It's got so many opportunities in our industry, and you can enjoy FinTech, whether it's through insurance, banking, investment banking, venture capital, and I mean AI just adds more dynamic to it. So it's fantastic. Yeah.
All right. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Just have a great evening.
And you too. Thank you very much.
Okay. Thank you.
Bye.
So much.